Okay, in this video, you're in for a bit of a treat because I'm going to show you how to add Telegram alerts to any CTrader indicator via code. If you remember the previous video that we did, we covered how to actually create an RSI indicator and plot it to the screen here. This is the code that we used. If you're watching this for the first time, just look at the bottom of this YouTube channel. There'll be a link pinned to the top that will show you how to get access to the video to watch this one. It's part of a complete course. And in the previous course, we just set up the parameters that we were going to use and just simple code to actually display the indicator to the chart is what you can see there. I've just added these two levels, 40 and 60, and changed these attributes so they show dotted lines. You can just copy it the same just so you've got the same values. So what I'm going to do next, I'm now going to show you how to add Telegram alerts. When the green line goes above the 60 or when it drops below the 40, we're going to get a buy or a sell. So normally you can see here, when the green line dropped below the 40, the price dropped and then it reversed into a bullish trend. So the idea is you get a Telegram alert saying there's going to be a possible bullish trend. The previous videos also explain this strategy in more, or this indicator in more detail and what it does. So I would definitely look at the previous videos. Right, so we go straight into it. So in this video, I'm not going to show you the code being edited from the CTrader code editor window. I'm going to use Microsoft Visual Studio 2022. Now, again, in the prerequisites of this course, it shows you how to download this software. It's free of charge. It comes from Microsoft. So I'm assuming that you've already got this installed on your PC. So all you do is you right-click your mouse over the name of the actual CBOT or the indicator here, and you do Edit in Visual Studio. This will open up Visual Studio 2022 with the source code that we've currently written previously. So when that comes up, I'm going to go ahead and show you the first steps we're going to do now to send in Telegram alerts. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change access rights. You need access rights full. This is so that it can send Telegram alerts. So if you put the dot again, it gives you some options. We want full access. Okay, so there you go. That's the first thing we do. The next thing we want to do is in the user settings, we want to add some additional user settings. These are for your Telegram bot token and chat ID. So I'm going to copy and paste previously that I've used before, and I'm just going to paste it into here from a previous project. Now that I've just put in now 3 sections. One is to send Telegram. It's the option. So when you have your option to say, when you load the indicator, it will say, do you want to use Telegram alerts? You can choose yes or no. The second one is your bot token. Again, I'll show you in the videos how to get access or get a hold of your bot token and chat ID. It's very easy to get, but you need these 2 credentials so that you can send Telegram alerts to your bot. You're actually sending alerts to your own personal Telegram bot on your mobile phone or on your PC. So these are the 3 settings that we want to put on here, and these are the values. Include Telegram, it's a Boolean, yes or no. Bot token, it's a string value, and chat ID, it's a string value too. Okay, so once you've done your user settings, your next step is to actually load the Telegram Nuget package. Now, this is something that we've done another video on, and this is something that I'll go very slow and explain how to do it. So Telegram have already created a module for you to easily send Telegram alerts with just a few lines of code. So you don't have to write 100 lines of code to send a Telegram alert. Now to do this, we go to Tools, we go to Nuget Packet Manager, and we go to Manage Nuget Packages for Solution. Okay, when this comes up, it's got installed here. Click on the Browse, top left, and in the search box, type in Telegram. Okay, when that comes back, the one you want to choose is this one, telegram.bot by Round Robin Poolad. Okay, 1.98 million downloads. It's very good. You then select it, and on the right-hand side, you select the project you want to add it to, the RSI Telegram Alerts project. You want the latest stable version 18, and just click on Install. This will now go ahead and install the package onto your project. Select yes when it comes up with a preview changes. And in this window at the bottom here, it will load and you'll see an output of what it's doing. Oh, it's finished. It's already installed it. So on the output tab there, it will tell you that it's actually installed it and it's finished. Okay, once it's installed, we want this little window open at the bottom. Again, don't worry about Visual Studio, about the complexities behind it. We'll go into that in more detail later on. For now, I'm just going to show you some of the basic features that you need for using this. So I'm going to close this window now. Okay, so now the package has been installed. We can check that just by going to Dependencies, .framework, packages, and there it is, telegram.bot. We know it's installed because it's installed under packages. Okay, the next thing we want to do is in the initialize method, we want to add some security protocols so that when you send the Telegram alert, it's sent over TSL, or it's sent securely over the internet. Now, this code that I'm copying and pasting, I will provide all this code for you to get access to as part of the course material at the end of the course. So now we've got red squiggly lines that are shown under this, okay? This is because there's an error. If I click on this little thing here, it says there's 3 errors. It doesn't exist in a current context. The reason for that is we need to add the library to this project here. So it's easy to do. If you ever see a red squiggly line, hover your cursor over it and you come up with a little box, a little light bulb. Select this and it says using system.net. And at the top here, it's added system.net, and now it's come to the errors have vanished and it's now added it. The reason is this system.net is like a package or a library containing all the code that we want to use for this. Okay, so that's very much like how it is with .net, so it's very easy to use. Okay, the next thing we want to do, that's all this is going to do is configure your Telegram security protocols so that you can send your Telegram message securely. It's very simple to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually add a block of code for sending Telegram alerts. Okay, it's a whole method. I'm going to put it below the method calculate, and I'm going to paste it here. Now, this block of code that I've just put in here will actually, you just call it by saying send Telegram, and you put the message in as a parameter. I'll show you that in a minute. Then the code inside, you just declare a variable called bot, comes up with a red squiggly line, hover your mouse. Okay, go to the little light bulb using telegram.bot. That's now added telegram.bot library to this project. And as you can see, it's already been included. So now we can start using it. So this code to send a Telegram message is pretty much 2 lines of code. It's that, and that will send a Telegram message. We're going to wrap it up in a try and catch just in case there's an error, and print the error to the indicator log. So in this case, I'll just go through the code. It's asynchronous. So they all run asynchronously. So what happens when we call this, we'll call this with some code soon, but when you call this method, it will step into it with your Telegram message, and it will actually send the Telegram message using your bot token, which is what you've got here. You declare your bot token. I'll show you that soon. I'll show you how the whole lot glues together, and your chat ID, which comes from your chat ID parameter, which is your user parameter, and then the Telegram message you're going to send. Very simple piece of code. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a basic test. I think I've got my Telegram open. So you can do this by, in the initialize, I can actually send a Telegram message so that it only gets called once. So if you remember from the previous video, when you first add the indicator to a chart, it calls the initialize method, and it actually only calls it once. So I'm going to put send Telegram. I'm now going to put my Telegram message that I want inside, and I want to put it hello world. Okay, and put a semicolon at the end. All right, what I'm going to do now is save this. I can also build it from here, but I can build it from inside the Visual Studio. So I think you need to build it from here. So when you come back in here, you need to build it from here. Okay, so I would ignore the Telegram bot is not supported. It says that up there, but it is supported. You can actually build it. So there was one other thing I needed to do actually before we go ahead. So this is something that you're going to come across as well when you first start doing this. You need to go down here to settings. You need to go to automate, and selected compiler. You need to select 6. Okay, that's your .NET SDK. The reason for that is, if it's not installed, you can click on this link and install it, but it should be installed. The reason for that is that this is CTrader 4.3 or 4.2 and above. I think they've changed, and we're doing a project in .NET 6. So you can choose legacy, .NET Framework 4. Anything above, or you can choose .NET 6. We're using .NET 6. Now, if I go ahead and build, it will build the project. Okay, just go through and build the project. You might still have a red squiggly line under here. I would ignore that. And now it's built successfully. I'm going to remove this instance. I'm going to add a new instance. Make sure you remove and re-add because we've changed the access rights. Now it comes up with a permission request. Indicate RSI alerts requires unlimited access. You click allow. Okay, now it's not going to send a Telegram alert for one main reason, and that is because we have not put in the Telegram bot token and chat ID. So if you just bear with me 1 minute, I'm going to get my own personal bot token and chat ID so I can show you this as a working example. Actually, no, I don't want you to see my chat ID, so I'm not going to. So what I'll do, I'll change these parameters and show you it later on, it actually working when it first starts. So what I should do is this. Yeah, I'll do that later on, then I'll show you later on that it actually working. But the whole idea is when you put your bot token and chat ID in here and you select yes, to test it works for yourself, to make sure it works, you want to actually put your own bot token and chat ID. And when it calls this method, it will actually execute it and work. I'll show you this at another time. Okay, now this reference has gone. I need to highlight over it again. Not sure why that happened. Probably because we changed the target framework. Telegram bot. Oh no, I know why, because we're in the... So again, if you see the red squiggly line under the CTrader editor, ignore it. I don't think it's great that they've got that. We're going to edit it in Visual Studio and run the code from here. Okay, the next step, I'll show you after that the actual Telegram alert works when it goes through that thing. I just don't want to put my chat ID in there right now or share it out really. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a block of code that will send the alert when... I have to show you back in here when the arrow, the line goes above or below a certain value. So what I need to do is go back into here and set these values again. You see that it's actually changed. So I want to set that as 0. I want to set this as 40. I want to set this 60. And again, I need to change the colors because they've gone, because we changed the, probably changed the code. And I'm going to change this to dotted line, dotted line, dotted line. Click OK. And we want the 0 one as well. We've missed the 0 one. Actually, we're going to leave the 0 one. Okay, so the whole idea now in the code, what we're going to do is now I'm going to show you how to write a block of code that when the green line goes above the 60, it sends an alert. When the green line drops below a 40, it sends an alert. So remember that we were in the code previously and we added these additional parameters. I'll just show you these. These are the 3 parameters that we've added along here that get shown. Okay, so the next step is to show you the piece of code that does that. So I'm going to do it through Visual Studio. And the first thing we're going to do is add a block of code that says if last bar. This means that it's not going to send an alert every time a bar closes, or every time, sorry, the calculate method gets called, which is quite often. So I'm going to close this, and I'll move this curly brace back over here. Okay, so now what I've just added, which is last bar, this means that it'll only wait until the last bar is closed before it'll actually send an alert, even though the calculate method gets called numerous times historically going back. Now, the first bit of code we want to add is this. Okay, again, it's done my curly braces all over the place. I have to go back again. So this piece of code here, you don't want to see that right now. So this piece of code here that I've just put in will say, if it's the last bar, if the RSI result.last value is less than the lower value, what that means is the RSI result.last value is the value, this value here, right at the very end, this green value. So it'll be when it gets to the very end here. So the last value for the RSI result, when it goes above the upper threshold, sorry, when it goes below the lower threshold, which is, I'll switch across here, the lower threshold is 40. And that's what we've got set here as 30 actually, but if we had that as 40, you have to change these values as well for it to actually trigger 40 or 60. So you can totally adjust these two values to anything you want, and in the code it will use them. So the lowest threshold we've got set as 40, and once the RSI green line drops below 40, it will actually send an alert. So in this case, RSA.result.last value is less than the lower level. Now what we want to do now is we want to send the Telegram alert. So I'm going to show the piece of code that does that. It's this. Send Telegram alert, same as what we've done here. We're going to do the symbol name, which is going to be the symbol name that you're trading with, which on the chart was Euro USD. Do a plus, and then inverted commas, we want to write it's oversold at space, inverted commas, a plus again, lower level, which is this value here, which is this value up here. So whatever value you put in there, if you put 40, it will actually send it as part of the Telegram message to string, so it converts it to string. So this can concatenate and puts it all together, one big string, which would be Euro USD is oversold at 40. That's what it will say. And it will send a Telegram alert by calling this method, and it will actually use this new bot we put in there to send the Telegram bot to send the message. It's that simple to send the Telegram message. To do the opposite, we're going to copy this and paste. Now we're going to say if rsi.result.lastValue is greater than, so we're going to do now the opposite. We're going to do when the green line is above the upper threshold, which is 60, we've specified here, okay? What you've got on the chart, these two lines are just for reference. When you change these values, it's not going to change these lines. They're static. I'm just doing that to show you for reference, okay? So whatever values you put in here, not the values that are on your indicator lines here, the levels, these are the ones that are going to be used for your alerts. Okay, so if I go back to the code, now what's going to happen is if the green line, the last value or the result is up greater than the upper level. So the upper level, again, we've specified here, which is the higher level, not upper level, the higher level, the upper threshold. Okay, so if the last value is greater than the higher level, symbol name is overbought. If I can spell bought properly, overbought at, and we want the higher level. Okay, these are the two blocks of code. I'll go through them and I'll do one more code walkthrough to explain the whole lot to you in more detail. So what will happen now is this. I'm going to build it here. Actually, I can build it from within Visual. I'm going to save it and build it here within the code editor here. And I'll go through a code walkthrough now and explain everything that happens. So if you put your bot token in here, whatever you put in your chat ID, and you select yes to say activate it, and you selected your upper threshold as 60, your lower threshold as 40, you set the periods for your indicator as 14 and the source you want to use. Now, if you did this and you just left it running, when the green line goes above 60 or below 40, it will send a Telegram alert. There are some problems with the code I've written that I'm going to show you in the next video, how to overcome it, so that it'll only ever send one alert. And right now it will send multiple alerts, and I'll show you why. If I click on the code again and go to Visual Studio, now the problem we've got, I'm going to close this window now and this one. The problem we've got is this. I'm going to minimize the parameters. Okay, so to test that your Telegram is configured correctly, I would first put this line of code in. Once you've added the Telegram code, before you've added this block of code, okay, before you've added this, just do this just to confirm that you're sending Telegram alerts and that you've installed Telegram correctly. Once you've done that, then I would look at actually adding this block of code to send a Telegram alert. Now, there's a major flaw with this piece of code, and that is that as soon as the line, the green line for the RSI is below the lower level, it will keep sending Telegram alerts, multiple Telegram alerts, because the onCalculate method, I think, gets called every time there's a price change. Or every time there's an index, I can't remember. Anyway, it gets called many times, so you don't want to, it's every time there's a price change, so it continually get called continually, and you'll continually get Telegram alerts. You don't want that. Every time also it goes above the higher level, you'll get Telegram alerts. So what would happen on here is, so the green line would drop below 40, and as long as it's below 40, you'll just keep getting multiple Telegram alerts that will cause a lot of problems to your PC and use up a lot of memory. And again, if it goes above 60, again, you'll get a lot of Telegram alerts. So what I'm going to show you in the next video is a pattern that you can use the same pattern with any indicator, so that it will only send the alert once. So in this case, I'm going to show you some coding pattern that when the green line or any indicator goes to a certain value, it will send the alert once. And it won't send the alert again until it triggers the next one, which is when it goes above the 60. So what will happen is it will go below the 40 and it will say, there's been an oversold for this symbol, you might consider buying. Yeah. When it goes above, and it won't do anything again, you won't get an alert on your phone on a Telegram till it goes above the 60 and say it's been overbought. And then when it goes below 40 again, it will say it's been oversold. So to do this, like I said in the next video, I'm going to go through and show you a small pattern that you can implement into here that will only send one alert. Now, this pattern you can use in any of your indicators. So if you have an indicator that's all of a sudden firing multiple alerts, you don't know why, I'll show you how to overcome that. So this video was just to cover adding Telegram alerts to this indicator. And the final video is just to show you the pattern, and that'll be this video course completed. Now, as I said in the previous course, you can apply this code logic to any of the indicators within CTrader for sending Telegram alerts. So as you know, you don't have Telegram alerts as standard in CTrader. This is going to show you how to add it to any of your CTrader indicators. Okay, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up because I'm doing this video course for free. Also, I think there's a contribute on there. So the whole idea is, you know, we're doing this video, I'm doing this video course for free. If you give me a thumbs up, it really helps us out. And also, if you go on our website, please leave us a Trustpilot review. That would be really helpful. Thank you very much. Okay, if you're new to ClickAlgo and this video that you're just watching is unfamiliar and you haven't followed all the other trading courses or watched all the other videos, I'm just going to quickly show you where to get access to the course material so you can actually start from scratch. It's a free course that we offer at clickalgo.com. You can just come and visit us here at the top of the page. We've got clickalgo.com. Type it in your search engine. Easy to find us. Also at the bottom of the YouTube channel, you can just click on links. If you go under education and go free algorithmic trading course, if you scroll down, beginner level, this is the course that we're doing now, project 1. If you click on start full course, it'll take you to another website called ctrader.info, and in ctrader.info, this is the link's going to be added to this one. You'll be able to get access to all the course material. So if you scroll down, it'll give you a bit more information. Course content, it covers the course in more detail. There's another video showing you there. I won't go into that one right now. It goes into more detail about the course content. Define your settings, and this one is how to code Telegram alerts. If I go to this link up here, Algo School, in here, you really want to go down and read these following links, cover all of them. But the one that you want to look at most is how to download and install CTrader, how to download and install Microsoft Visual Studio, CTrader Automate Overview, an indicator, a basic indicator walkthrough, and again, you've got, I think, the requirements here. If I click on here, you want to make sure that you've got all these requirements covered before you actually start the course. Okay, so that's it. I just want to quickly show you that, just in case you just started this course and you're totally unfamiliar with what it's all about and who we are. Again, if I go back to our website, we sell trading software for the CTrader trading platform. We've also got a programming service, so if you wanted to use us to write your own code, you can do that. And we've got a lot of educational material to help you get started. Thank you.